Welcome back! I look rough today and I'm feeling pretty rough. I didn't have a good night's sleep and my mic gave out, so the battery is off. I have to replace that. So I'm using a inferior mic that I had bought beforehand. I hope the sound is okay. It's not gonna be as good, the sound, but I hope it's decent enough, okay? Let's get into this. Today, we're gonna review the JUVIA'S foundation and concealer. I've been wanting to try these for ages, but as you know, my skin has been shit, and it's still a little bit shit, but it's way better. I am legit scared for this foundation because it's velvety matte foundation, and I usually don't get along well with matte foundations now. Also, it is full coverage, and the second ingredient is silicone. All things that I'm usually not up for, but I'm giving this a go because I really want to know. Like, I do want to know. My shades are the lightest shades. Marisol, which is 740, and then the concealer is 24. Does not have a shade name. On this side, I'm going to use a brush as always, and on this side, I'm going to use a sponge. I think this is about my shade, and if you are lighter than me, I don't know, could be a little weird. Oh, this is full coverage. Oh, okay. So this is not gonna go down well with the brush, I don't think. Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna do, this is just a little tiny bit. I'm gonna try to even taper it out, but a little goes a real long way. This is fair, it does match my neck. It is a little bit on the yellow toned. It's fine, it's not too yellow toned that I wouldn't be able to wear it. I'm gonna come up close later, but I don't love the finish of this with the brush, but it's not as bad as I expected for a matte full coverage foundation. I much prefer the finish with a sponge, like hands down. I wouldn't use this with a brush. Plus, it's so full coverage that even with a sponge, you can get that full coverage. Full coverageness. Like, it is matte. I don't feel like it sets ultra fast that you can't move. And sometimes that happens with like silicone based foundations. For example, the Body Shop Clay Matte one that I hate. But some people love, so you know. On this side, I'm just gonna go with a little concealer brush and try to just go on the spots because I honestly don't want a cake face. That's much better. There's still a little bit of pigmentation coming through, but I'd rather have it this way than go full cake because I know that's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna do that on this side as well with a little pointy sponge. We're gonna move on to the concealer, and the concealer, as you can see, is pretty light. This is the foundation, this is the concealer. They're two completely different undertones. Even if you want a lighter under eye or anything like that, there are two different undertones, and brands do this a lot, which kind of pisses me off. I'm gonna try, so under my eyes, the concealer with this brush. I hate using a brush under eyes though. No, this is not gonna work. It's too much coverage. I'm gonna go with the sponge because I know it's not gonna work. I do not like a brighter under eye. I like the same color all over pretty much. So I am actually, no, that's too much. I'm actually gonna mix the two a little bit. I like less matte and more hydrating under eye products, which I talk about a lot because I have dry under eyes. It's not over the top like cakey. If I did have like good skin, I think this would not look that bad in the beginning. But it's definitely something that throughout the day, I know it's gonna bite me in the ass and it's gonna like cake and crease. See, I put a little bit of concealer there. Do you see the difference? This is what I don't want. That's why I love my concealers to be the same shade. Anyway, my skin is crap and no foundation is sort of like making it look good because it's just not that good. But if you do have like flaky skin or dry skin, this foundation is not for you. Even if you need the coverage, I feel like it's too matte for it. But it is a nice texture if you don't have, look, see here where my skin is actually healthy? I hope you see here. always flaky under eyes, as you must have known by now if you're a regular follower. In terms of powder, I'm just gonna powder under my eyes because it is a matte foundation, but I do need to powder on my eyes, otherwise it will crease. But other than that, I'm gonna leave as is, and I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. And I'll be right back. So I've powdered under my eyes. As you can see here, it did not worsen much, I don't think. It is getting pretty grim around here, being matte and stuff. It's getting pretty flaky. I am actually wearing the new Deck of Scarlet palette. Wait. Looks like this. It's amazing. I love the color story because it's so yellow and orangey. It's so me. I have filmed a tutorial on this, so that's gonna be on Instagram very soon. It's palette number 15 with Kate Marks, which I didn't know of before, but I have followed her because she has amazing style and I love her makeup. Anyway, this is the look I did. Hope you like it. Foundation here, where my skin is really healthy, I did sort of like went with a fluffy brush for blush and I swirled it around a lot and it kind of really stayed really neatly underneath. It didn't come off, it didn't wash away any coverage or anything like that, and it stood still. Even with like the dewy, I applied a little bit of a dewy highlighter. We're going, baby. And even with that, it didn't really go away. That's my dog crying. And yeah, I really like that, but here it is looking pretty grim. So I would say this is mostly a foundation for people who love high coverage but don't have a lot of issues. What I would say for now is this is not for dry skin, it's not for flaky skin, but it is maybe for oily combination skin. You want to cover hyperpigmentation that is not too textured. This would be good. I am still annoyed about the color, the undertone discrepancy in these, but you know, what you gonna do? First of all, never mind my eyes because I had to change my makeup. In a word, no. In a sentence, I do not think this foundation is for me for many reasons. One of them is that it doesn't hold back my oil even though it is cakey. And so if my foundation is cakey, the least I can expect from it is that it holds back my oil, because otherwise it's just not worth it. The texture became worse progressively throughout the day, but it didn't emphasize like lines. It did separate like hell though. This is the worst area, of course. But even in healthy areas such as this, wait, okay. You can see that it's separated to a point where it's sliding off the skin. And at the same time, in some of these areas, I feel like the foundation has gone into my pores. It does slide away a little bit. Like, I'm sure like at the end of the day, so it's fine. I'm sure like if I do this, you see that it's kind of like, it's oil. And also, this also might be, I hadn't thought of that, but this also might be because of the silicones. Because of the silicones, it might be very slippery. And so again, it's not for me. Personally, I don't get along with silicone-based products. In general, I just say like a lot of people that I see wearing this foundation do not have any skin issues in terms of pigmentation that they would want to cover. And so, why would you? Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know what other foundations you want me to try. I'm gonna try to do also, I will pepper those in every once in a while. What I will try to do is when I have like a foundation that I want to review, I'll maybe do it throughout the week, and then other videos I'll post on Sundays. I think I'm not going to commit to that because I'm awful at that, but I'll try to do that. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the little bell button so you know every single time I upload, and see you in the next one.